your job in life as a human being, just in general, like even at work, in even at anywhere, your job in life is not to be other people. You are not like you're not some people's pacifier, right? um you can hold space for other people's feelings, but really how they feel is really up to them. And um that's the thing. That's I'm just thinking about, like, also the Tinder swindler, how he said, Peter down, men down, my enemies are after me. And like, I can't really, I have my own issues, battles that I didn't create. I remember watching Mary Jane. She said, "It's like I have my own issues and my battles that I didn't create and I didn't ask for, and you are not a battle that I'm going to choose for myself. Like, I'm not gonna choose a person that is like it's like a relationship is a battle. Better I must be better single. Huh? Well, let me listen. It could be enabling. It is enabling. It is 100% pacifying, enabling, caretaking, doing stuff for people that they can do for themselves. It made me feel like maybe I am, but at the same time, maybe you are. You are. That's my love. So if you don't understand it, it's not. I'm not loving on you for you to get it. That's how I love, and whoever I love is gonna get that benefit. Yes. There was a time where women needed men for everything. We couldn't even open up a bank account, and now it's like, okay, let me just comment on the other thing where it's just her love, and it's just her love, which is understandable. I mean, a lot of us, I mean, I used to be engaged a lot in caretaking, and and I realized how toxic it was. When Because if you are pacifying someone and you think what if they can't do certain things for themselves, that means it's very hard for you to hold that person accountable for anything, and that is enabling their behavior. So if someone does something and you don't talk about it, or you allow it to happen even though you don't want, you are actually encouraging the behavior, and the only way to not to discourage the behavior is to not allow it to happen. And that's the thing, like, you can't, like, engage the world in a way that, like, you are trying to control things that you can't really control. Like, I think for me, maybe I'm projecting from my own control issues. Like, you're trying to control things that you literally can't control the world. Like, you can't control your partner having a bad day or having a good day. That's like really something that is not up to you. Or you can comfort them, you can show empathy to them, but you can't take on their feelings and feel for them and make them feel better, in a way. So, and I realized how toxic that shit was. Although it sounds like it's to other people who don't engage in such behaviors, where you are like pacifying people, you are doing stuff for people that they can do for themselves, and you're depleting yourself. For other people, like for people who don't engage in the giving, they don't realize how draining that shit is, because you have to do those things. It's like your own reserve as a human being. Like, you have to do stuff for yourself already, and you have to think for yourself. You have to plan for yourself. You have to make sure that you are good. You have to emotionally regulate yourself. You have to regulate your own emotions. And then now you are burdened with this thing of like regulating another person's emotion, and another person is another person. There's you can't control them. Like, if they choose today, or like, actually I don't want to be with you, like you can't do more and more and more and like, to make them stay, like, and also it's taking away other people's choice, to you're trying to control, like it's people pleasing, like trying to control how other people perceive you by doing what you think is what they need, or doing, even if you what you think or what they say that they need, you're trying to control how they view you, and you're trying to, like, and which is, you like, you can't do that, like it's impossible. Like I know for myself, like I used to be like a huge people pleaser, and I guess that's even being funny is also a people pleasing thing, because like if I'm funny, you won't fight with me. Like if I'm, like, like look at me, I'm like, I'm funny, I'm entertaining, you will like me. So, and it is what it is, and we move and we learn and we grow from it. And I'm not saying like I'm 100% non people pleasing, of course, like it's just an innate thing that I've done people pleasing for maybe the full most of my life. So it's gonna be very hard for me to just stop doing that. Where they're like, I have my own business. Let's listen to that. I don't need a man for nothing. Like basically, like, can I be frank? Like I don't need a nigga for shit. I don't. That's the problem. That's the problem. When you're not aware of your needs, when you're not aware of your feelings, when you're not aware of just like your own, like, self and your own presence in the world, like your own effect to the world, right? You feel like you don't need a man, and you don't, basically, you do need a man, but for validation. And the validation that you are getting already from another person, it's very little, because people can do so much for you, right? People can only do so much for you. Like people can validate you up to so much. Afterwards, it's just becoming too much for them. Like, you know, like I mean, on this video, Shan like validated, Jasmine on so many, on so many stances, that like she was seeking validation, and it's like it gets exhausting, to live life like that. To I know for myself, like I used to seek a lot of validation, but and it's so exhausting, because you are so unaware of yourself, your own effect, that other people's validation is what you depend on, like solely what keeps you alive. And their applause, their whatever, is just how like sort of define yourself, which I don't think is healthy, you know and you can't be in a relationship with someone and just be like, I don't need you. So what's the point of the relationship, right? Like me personally, when you date me, I need you. I need you. I need you to spend time with me. I need that companionship. I know my own. Let me not, because you guys are not dating me, so I can't tell you my but I'm just saying, like, I need you. Like, otherwise, if you can't perform your duties, there's someone else who is gonna be better suited for you to, perform those duties. And with me too. Like, if you have needs that I can't fulfill, by God, find someone else to do it. And let me tell you something. Like, I'm like, I'll be happy for you. I'll be hurt, but my legs will find their way forward, because there's someone who will appreciate me with what I am willing to give to you. You get what I'm saying? Let's listen. Can say those words, but I want one. So my brain wants to understand the exchange here. Because, and this could be, it's not, no, you're doing great. But because I told you, I'm going to ask a bunch of stupid questions. Yeah. Because this dynamic, I think, like my relationship with my partner is very egalitarian. Like we're equals. Like I don't ever feel like I'm giving for the sake of giving, and I'm not receiving for the sake of receiving. I'm receiving being like, well, I deserve this, and I'm giving being like, you deserve this. So there's that
exchange happening. So you speak on, you tell him the things that you need. Yeah. And the things that you feel like you deserve.
That's right.
100%. How will you say that? I need you to step up in these areas.
This is what I need. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I need.
I need more affection. I need more love. If we're gonna be sexual, here's the things that I need to feel more sexual. And in return, I invite that. Yeah. So we have a lot of conversations. How does he receive it well? I think
That's the
everybody
thing.
has a problem with being told that they're not doing enough because we always go to well, I'm already doing X, Y, and Z.
Okay. What I'm trying to say, like, I think they've spoken on what I wanted to say. Like, let's move on.
So I think that there can be, I wouldn't say that he's
That's the thing. Like, you see this whole thing, like saying I work around clock men around my men. What kind of a good person would want you to do that? Like, what kind of a person is going to like promote you neglecting yourself for their own benefit? Like, that person doesn't create humans. Only God can create humans. Why would you be okay with someone making you like their world? I remember, like, I didn't know that there was a grooming in this, but like I always had this. I remember, like, in my previous relationship, mini relationship. I remember, like, I have my career is like basically starting out, right? And I have a business, and like it's still, like in the teething phases, like, it requires a lot. And I remember telling, this guy that, like, if I'm not available on this day because I'm doing something, but on this day, like, if you're not, if you don't make it on the day that I said I'm available, unfortunately I'm not available on another day because I have friends, I have a nephew that I have to play with, I have other things, because like my life can't revolve around someone else because I have other things to do, and there's other people in my life. And also, I don't want to make other people, I don't want to end up like being in a relationship and then like being a whole entire life being around one person. I won't enjoy that relationship personally, because like 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 there's things that I do that I really enjoy, and I love, like having a relationship with my girlfriends. They fulfills a certain part of me. I love having playing with my nephew. He has a different part of me that he fulfills. I don't think, like, and for me, I remember like just saying that, like, God, like, I can't do this because, like, if I'm always, if I have to sort of lower my boundaries for that, like, if you can't respect that, then that's where, like, we are going to have part ways. And I think with other people, with my ex-landlord too, who used to like people revolving around her, I remember telling her, like, I'm not available at this time, like I was cooking, and at this time, like, she wants to talk about other things, like, I'm like, no, 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 I'm not available at this time, this is my time for cooking, like, or it's my time for, if I want to take a walk, like, and someone like let me walk with you, I'm like, this is not the time for me to walk with other people, this is the time for me to walk alone. So if, on which day in my week, between which time interval, will I be able to, and people need to earn the spontaneity in, like, my life, like, that's how I feel, like people need to earn the spontaneity time in my life. So, like, a new person, I'm not available for you like the whole day, like, you earn it, and then when I know that, like, this is your energy, and now I can understand, like, how, like, you can accept me at different points, then I can allow you at different points. But like, changing your whole schedule for someone else, and yeah, no, it's not the way, it's not the vibration.
He always adjusts. But so I guess when I'm listening to your relationship style, I'm like, if we kind of broke it down into to do's specifically, what does a submissive woman do for her man? Everything.
Mm-mm.
What does that mean? Packing his bag, unpacking his bag,
You
just making
can't,
sure all the things
he's
that he
not a
wants.
child.
And I pretty much read his mind.
You can't
So
read
it's like, if I
another
know
person's
you
mind.
and I study,
You are not
I know how you are in
God.
the morning, I know how you are about midday, I know when you're in this mood, what you need. Before you can ever ask me for something, I'm already mean, he's spoiled. And when I talk to my girlfriends about it, I was like, "Oh, how are you guys doing?" And I'm just like,
picking his bag and picking his bag. So what do you do? Like, nah, like I'm already exhausted thinking about it. Like picking his bag and picking his bag. That's something.
"Girl, he's rotten." I'm like, he's spoiled rotten. Like, he's rotten. But I love that. Like, I want him to be that. I think my biggest flex is how I treat my man. You know what I mean? And my biggest flex should be how I treat
And it's a
myself.
good thing. Like my biggest flex is how I treat my men too. Like, like not that it's my biggest flex. Like it's not my biggest flex. No, it's not my biggest flex. I feel that like even it's not healthy. I remember thinking to myself, or like, Mpo, if you have kids and you make them your world, you know how limiting that thing is to children, knowing that like my mother, I'm her world, so therefore I need, because my kids are gonna grow up thinking what like they need, like they can't live without me, which is not a healthy thing. Like we can live without each other. We love each other, but we can actually live without each other. Like we are not enmeshed, like we're not the same person. And I remember like thinking to myself, like, if I am that possessive, like, and I am that like, you know, to my kids, like my biggest flex is how I treat my kids, or my biggest flex is how I treat my partner, or how I treat my friend, or how I do this. It's so unfair to the next person because like it's like I expect them to fulfill me in a ways that like I can't fulfill myself, and it's just gonna create like it messes up their autonomy as well. Like if for kids, like they are my everything. Let's say I am like, yo, like my nephew is my everything, you know, and I'm like, for him it's like too much pressure, like, or for my partner, like if I'm like my partner is my everything, like it's just too much pressure. Like I don't want you, like I'll be like, yo, like I know you love me, and because I know I'm fabulous, like I make you, like, you enjoy this partnership that we have and this rapport, but please don't make me your everything. Be you yourself, be your own everything, and then like I'm your good partner, because I want you to have other things that you like, and also I don't have the time to be your everything. Or maybe I'm very self-consumed, by the way, so like why would you be my everything? I have things to do. When I wake up in the morning, I have things to do. And then I'm like, okay, what's that boy? Bara, like, I don't want to be like, I don't know. I'm very self consumed. I have my own goals, I have my own things. And then, like, someone else is my everything. Oh.
it's kind of fucked up. It's kind of messed up.
It's messed up, but I'm okay. At least you see, Mama. There's
what's interesting, and you saw my reaction when I was like, "You say that? You asked for that?" You know what I mean? I think that I have gotten better at saying the things that I need, but if I don't get it the first time, I don't like to say it again. So would you do what you're doing for a broke dude?
You need to learn how to advocate for yourself.
What do you call broke? Requires your financial support.
That's the thing, like, when you're giving yourself certain things, ne, and you are not receiving them from another person and you really need them, it's easy for you to see that like this is lacking, like I do this for myself and this is what I require from someone else. I mean, I'm giving myself a lot, so why are you giving me breadcrumbs now? Like why am I getting like so little? Like why does it feel like my needs are not, like, they don't matter, right? And that's the thing, like your needs, you need to matter to yourself first before you can think of like I'm gonna matter to someone else. Like let's say me myself personally, I'm very self-consumed. Let's say I'm not narcissistic, I'm just self-consumed. Like I'm very worried mostly about myself, and then after I see that I'm fine, I'm gonna consider like everyone else, are you okay? Like this is it. And that's why like even now, like when I think about having kids, like I'm just like because child, like the way I am just so much about myself, because I didn't do this for myself for a long time. I'm like, how will like I don't have any extra for anyone else, I don't have any extra for anyone else. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like when you feel like you deserve something, you are going to advocate for yourself for it. Or like this is what I want. And if this doesn't happen, this relationship, you like in life, this relationship is not what I'm looking for. You get what I'm saying? Like this is what I want, and like if this doesn't happen, this is not what I'm looking for. This, then I'm going to go home, and I'm going to be alone. And that to be honest, it's one of the hardest things you can ever do, learn, and like you can ever acquire, because that's the like being able to just say, you know what, if this doesn't happen here, if this doesn't happen here, and if I am not happy about this, then I'm leaving. And that's and you know that takes that, like it took me years, like 5 years for me to, I know like I am young, but like I've been healing for a long time. It took me years for me to be like, nah, okay, nah, like nah, like after this, yeah, like if you can't respect that, like if you can, for me, like my time, if you can't respect my time, in like in that sense of like, if I said like I'm available on this day, and like if you can't understand, like I have to play with my nephew though, and my nephew is very demanding. Like Mposa, he doesn't play, and he's like, and imagine if I'm like, no, I can't play with you. He'd be like, what kind of fun life is this, And like, nah, for me, it's like, nah. If this doesn't happen, then I won't be able to be like engaged in this relationship. Go find someone else who will be able to, not get that, like get or get by without getting that. And there are a lot of people who are like that, but me personally, I'm not that person. So yeah, let's listen.
No. I mean, I think to be broke, you can be still a great lover, still very romantic, still very emotionally supportive. But I'm just like asking. I wouldn't even know that. I wouldn't even know that he's all those things. Because I think there's a lot of people who are financially stable who are broke minded, and I can't get down with that either. So let me just clarify the question. What are the requirements from a man to bring to Jazzy in order to get so this level of love from you? I think it's how you make me feel. I have to feel safe with you emotionally. I have to. You have to excite me. I need edge. So all this cute, soft.
This is one thing I don't like. Me personally, there was a time where I didn't know myself. Like who I was like cut and copy of this person. Cut and paste off Mary Jane. Cut and paste off. I used to love Mary Jane, by the way, being Mary Jane, like that fictional character. Like cut and paste copy of this person. Cut and paste, and then this is who I decided that like this is the person that I'm gonna present to the public, which is just like not healthy, because you like if you are not your authentic self, you're just gonna like run at the same place, like sprinting like without going anywhere, because first of all, you are not growing the real you. You don't know who you are. You don't know what your goals are. You don't know what your dreams are. You don't know what your so it's like I feel like this answer of like I need to feel emotionally safe with you, is the truth from her, because she said that her partner, she feels safe in this relationship. Like other people feel safe in exploitation, other people feel safe in abuse, other people feel safe in, because of that's how they grew up. And and that's how they grew up, and that's how they, as children, they used to receive love, and that's how they used to interact with you know their caregivers, and that's how they felt safe. So for her, I'm not saying, she's not meaning safety in a safety in a healthy way. I mean, if you grew up in war, like, a war is like, you can sleep, like, if you grew up like in a noisy place, you can't sleep like in a noisy, like, for you it's like nothing, because I mean, what is this? And like, this is so hard, especially for me, like when I was at that point in my life where I used to feel okay with, like, just giving without receiving anything. And and I didn't even, it wasn't my choice to start to require certain things from people. It just happened that I got sick, I got depressed, and I needed help. And unfortunately, those relationships didn't work out, because the people, the dance was always them receiving and me giving. And when I needed an ear, nobody, they'd tell they are studying and stuff like that. But when they needed an ear, or they needed money, or they needed help, and they needed all those things, they didn't consider that I had also limited resources, and all those things. And that's the thing, if you don't value yourself, other people are not going to value you too. And and other people who are ungrateful, but there are people who will mirror you back, like kind people who would mirror you back and tell you that, like, what you gave me was just like a lot, and I'm grateful. And there's that. So yeah,
Shit that I needed to be emotionally
what
there.
is edge? Like, I need edge. What do you mean? Like, what is edge? Like, tough love. You know what? Like, this girl and my ex-boyfriend is just like, that guy doesn't have money that much. They can make a very great couple, because that guy, he used to tell me, like, I need someone to take care of me. I was like, I need someone to take care of me too. I need someone to take care of me. I do need someone to take care of me, but you know I'm also willing to do certain things, but certain things I'm not willing to do.
I do need that. But I also need some edge. And I also need a man that is like, you know, like I am a submissive. So like in a way my love language in sex is like I like for you to tell me what to do. So sometimes it's like just sit your ass down somewhere.
Girl,
It's like, oh shit.
my advice
What I
must
do?
have, like,
Let me
just
sit
be
down, but it's
alone.
like someone who is a very you can be emotional and be soft and things
This
like
is
that,
not
but I
sustainable.
still need you to have a little sprinkle
Yeah,
of
this is
that
not
edge.
sustainable.
Do you need an alpha male? Yes. Only. Only. And and I think men are confused on if they are or not. And if you are
Mm,
confused, you're not one.
mm.
What is an alpha male? I think in my experience of an alpha male, it is somebody who is respected. Walks in the
I wanna, this girl, if she's not careful, she's gonna be Nick Cannon's baby mama. She's gonna be Nick Cannon's baby mama, because of Nick Cannon is like, Nick Cannon looks like he likes these kind of girls.
sure if you're comfortable with the person. Because I'm doing shit I never did before. I'm just like, I would have never done this, but you know what? I'm comfortable with this person and I feel safe. Do you have an example? Anal. You're like, have an example? Yeah, that. Do you do it for you or do you do it for them? I do it for him because for me, I'm not at a place where I like it yet. We had one
On,
successful.
this is wrong. I'm sorry, like, I'm not. Oh my god. Oh god. I can't. But anyway, basically, what I gathered from this was like, I feel so sorry for this girl, because she's so beautiful and she has a kind heart. She's so beautiful, and I remember being her at some point in my life, and not, basically, not understanding my effect on people, and not understanding that actually I'm worthy. like I'm worthy. Like when you have me, if you do have me, when if you have you meet the requirements, and then you fulfill my needs, and then you earn, even like giving people my number, like access to me. When you get access to me, there are certain ground rules. Here we don't disrespect the queen, right? This is the purple rain. Here we don't disrespect the queen. Here we respect her. We speak to her with respect. Like, you understand? So, and I'm so, not that like I don't really like compare myself with other people, because what kind of disrespect is that? But like, what this made me realize is like how much more I deserved at the time that I was giving all those things to just the wrong people, and even to the right people. like like I didn't need to do all of that. That's what this taught me. Like, I didn't need to do all of that. Like, I was worthy from jump. Like, there was really no need. And and besides, like, you know um you don't need to earn love. You don't need to work hard for it. Like, you don't need to make another person like you. You don't need to make another person see your worth by doing something. Like, already you are that thing. Like, already you are that thing. So the only thing you want is for the person to reflect it back to you without you doing anything. So from jump, already you are qualified. Wanako high. So I am just like, this video was just tiring to make and very triggering watching and doing it. Like, and I know it's very long. I hope um you guys take care of yourself and you spend a lot of time by yourself, so you get to know yourself. And at first it's very scary and you feel like, oh my god, like if I spend too much time alone, I'm gonna end up killing myself and aliving myself. But it's just part of the journey into discovering yourself, and I'm still on the journey. And but I know I'm not where I used to be like 5 years ago when I started my healing. And we all start somewhere. And and yeah, let's not listen to Jasmine. Let's just see what she's trying to show us. Like, she's trying to show us about ourselves so that we can improve. And not even improve, like heal certain parts of ourselves, because we are already worthy. We don't need to do extra at this point. Like, already we have got it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching my YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and remember to like this video if you liked it. And tell me what you think about, like, my thoughts about this whole video. It was just a nice conversation starter. And thank you, Shan Boody, for doing the work that you do. I know one day you'll see this video because my girl's about to but I really love Shan Boody, and I've learned a lot from her. Like, wow, I've learned a lot from her. And I'm glad, like, Jasmine and Shan got to have this conversation, because I'm sure Jasmine, like, could learn and and could see herself, or like, actually I'm selling myself short, or I'm giving too much and getting too little. Till I come your way again, I love you guys. Bye bye.